I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on GBM, we're diving into a powerful book. It is called A Storm Within, and it is written by a terrific author. His name is Thomas Paul Sigee Sr. It is a powerful memoir about navigating life's fiercest challenges. Through vivid storytelling, the author shares storms brought on by chance, self-inflicted mistakes, and even divine purpose, each shaping his journey of resilience, forgiveness, and faith. This inspiring story will encourage you to look beyond visible struggles and discover the eternal strength that lies within. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put him on TV today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing his amazing book. The links are below this interview. Tom, thank you so much for joining us here today.
I'm excited to be speaking with you. I followed some of your works even before you all reached out to me. I thank you for what you do for authors, for people like myself.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate your kind words, and I appreciate what you've contributed now to the literary world with this wonderful book. Talk to us a little bit about what inspired you to tell your story within the pages of this book.
I've been writing since I was 16, but well, I'd rather face the enemy on the battlefield initially, as opposed to putting something out there and have people critique it. So that's why it took me such a long time to actually put my words on paper and allow people to actually read what was coming through my heart itself. So as an author, it was a long time coming for me to actually put it on paper, put it out there for people to see. Because there's always that little seeds of doubt as to whether how people would receive your work itself.
Yeah. Well, we're glad you did share with the world because it is important. We all have to go through storms in this life, like you said, some self-created, others from without. And getting through those storms the best you can is what it's all about. And
Yes,
coming
sir.
out
And that's
unscathed.
crucial to what I do.
Yeah.
Uh,
How has faith guided you through your most difficult challenges?
it's significant, in order to receive it, you have to believe faith at every turn and at every side. You have to believe deeply in God that He will carry you through.
Mm,
So faith is
absolutely.
crucial.
Yeah, absolutely. Which personal storm was the hardest for you to share when you were writing this book?
The story called A Storm Within, because it's something that happened to me on the battlefield. Uh, I thought I made a mistake
Mm,
on the battlefield, but it turned out to be that I made the right decision. Taking a life changes you forever. It's not something that you do carelessly. You do it, and you always have to replay it in your head as to whether you made the right decision. And for a moment, I thought I made the wrong decision. But as it unveiled itself, is that I did make the right decision on the battlefield.
yeah.
But even today, it's something that I replay over and over in my mind. But I made the right decision. And I had to have someone show me that the right decision was made. And that story is called A Storm Within. I write the stories. You can read them in 15 minutes. Put the
Mhm.
book down on your nightstand and kind of contemplate what's going on in this situation. I have attention deficit disorder. That's how I put it. Now, I
Yeah.
can't read a long book or a big, thick book, but I can write these stories in 15, 20-minute reads. And I think that I'm not the only one in this
Yeah.
world who has that situation where you can't read a long book, but you can read a short story and you
Yeah.
can grab something from that story, because I'm hoping that it holds you in that moment.
Yeah. Especially the way our brains are wired now with all the short videos out there and stuff, we need a quick little blast of this and on to the next. So I
That's
think your stories in 15-minute doses are great and effective. Talk to us about what you mean by storms sent by divine design.
well, there's some things that we cause and we bring it upon ourselves.
Mhm.
and then we don't want to take responsibility for them. And then there's sometimes you're going down a path, and God will send something into your life to push you back on that path. And it's something that is for your benefit and for your good. And you don't see it until you go through it. Then you realize that God sent that in your life to put you back on course so that you're walking with Him. You know, storms come up in our lives, and sometimes we don't even understand the nature of that storm. But
Yeah.
once you walk through it, it was clearly something that God sent to help you along your way.
Yeah.
And that's the divine intervention, is that God put you through this because He knew that you could prevail, but He needed to get you back to Him. So He sent this thing in your life so that you would get back to it.
Yeah, they always say God don't give you what you can't handle, right?
You can't handle. That's right.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Right.
Talk to us about our struggles in life. Do you sometimes think they can be stepping stones instead of stumbling blocks?
All throughout the Bible, you have situations that were stepping stones to greatness because God had His hand on you. And you take these little steps, and at the end of the day, you know, Moses in the Bible, Moses stuttered. Moses was a murderer. He did all these things, but God took him and He sent him with Aaron, who was eloquent at speaking. So He took this stepping stone, gave him a staff, not a weapon, not a sword, gave him a staff, and told him, "This is what I need you to do." And Moses had reasons not to in his head. He gave him several reasons. And God told him, "I ain't asked you all that. This is what I want you to do. Go and do it." So Moses had all of these issues that he was trying to give God rationale and reasons why I'm not the one that you need to do this. Well, God put him in a position to go ahead and lead the children of Israel out of Egypt. And that's the same for us, Logan, is that we'll come up with an excuse or a reason not to do what God intended us to do. And yet, if we take these steps that He put in front of us, at the end of the day, it's God who is leading us down this path.
Who were the most influential people that helped you weather life storms?
Well, my mother,
Hmm.
you know, my mother is passed 12 years ago, and I honor her today by living my life in such a manner that I don't disrespect her even now.
Hmm.
You know, I'm not afraid, but I live a life that I honor her in such a way that I don't want to embarrass her, even in her death, her passing.
Yeah, well, that's
That would
wonderful.
keep me.
We
And
should
my
all live in our mother's guidance like that. I
yeah,
think that's great advice. Yeah, without a doubt. What advice would you give to someone who's currently in the middle of their own storm?
pray,
Yeah.
evaluate what's going on with them, and try to plan. Ask God for guidance.
Mhm.
You know, ask and you shall receive. You have not because you ask not. There's some simple thing in the Bible that, you know, it just, if you seek guidance, you'll get it. Uh, and ask God for the help, but allow God to actually do the work. You know, so many times we ask God for something, He starts straightening it up, and then we take it back. We ask Him for it, He starts to get it straight, and then we see that, then we want to grab the wheel, and now we want to drive again. Well, God was getting it straight. If you just allow Him to bring it to fruition, it'll be done. But we get in a hurry, we want to take the wheel back.
Mhm.
We don't allow God to finish the process that He started.
Yeah,
And we just got to have that patience.
absolutely. Absolutely. We not only have to pray to God, we have to pray for the wisdom to understand His answer,
Yes.
and it may
And it
not be
might not be
apparent
what
to
you,
us.
excuse me, but it might not be what you want.
Yeah.
it might not deliver what you want, but
Right.
it's a solution to the problem that you're having. You might not like the outcome.
Right. Right. Or understand it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Thy will be done, without a
Yeah.
doubt.
Yeah.
What's the main message you want readers to remember after they flip that last page of the book?
That God is everywhere and he loves you and he'll take care of you. That's the key, that God is ever present. He loves you and he's there. Plain and simple.
Yeah. That's a very, very important message and a comforting message as well. And this is a comforting book because we all do face storms in this life without a doubt, some more than others, but we will all have them. Some of our own making, some of divine making, some from circumstance. But we have to find a way to weather that storm. Prayer, faith, and remembering the guidance of great people in our lives, like our mothers, will
Yes.
help us get through those storms.
Yes.
The name of the book we've been talking about today is called A Storm Within. It is a moving memoir of faith, resilience, and the lessons found in life's fiercest challenges. Thomas, thank you so much for joining me here today.
And again, I thank you. I thank you for the work that you're doing by giving out opportunities to people such as myself to put their work out there. Many years ago, it cost so much money to get a book
Mhm.
out to the public where people could see it. But people such as yourself and the organization that you're with, you're making it easier for people like myself to get their works out there. And I thank you for that. A Storm Within is my second book. The first one that I wrote is What I See, which is the same base background. It's biblical stories that kind of intertwine with things that have happened in my life as well.
Wonderful, wonderful. And the name one more time of that book
What I
is
see. It's
What I
called What
See.
I See. Yes.
Okay, great. Well, we'll look for that one as well. Thomas, thank you so much for joining me here today.
Thank you as well.
I appreciate it. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford for the Global Book Network. So long for now.